Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Efeni. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Rufai.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, let's start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. The lead story, Kwankwaso, I am not desperate to be president, says APC has proven to be worse than PDP, insists all is not well in the Northeast, where government claims it has defeated insurgency. Yes, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, the presidential candidate of the NNPP. Yes, he took his campaign to Enugu State yesterday, where he made this statement. Yes, it's good seeing Kwankwaso moving out of his Kano stronghold. Yeah, he claimed he has locked down the 19 northern states. I'm not too sure about that. Yes, Kano, he is very strong. His base, where he said any other presidential candidate hoping to get 25% of Kano votes will be surprised that he will not make more than 5%. Yes, but outside Kano, you want to question the popularity of Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. But he had the opportunity to showcase himself at the Arise TV town hall meeting in Abuja, and he did just that, where he made a speech, especially on security, where he promised to raise the number of soldiers, the Nigerian army, from 250,000 to 1 million. We need more boots on the ground. That's what he's saying. And in this report, he's insisting that, contrary to claims by the government of the day, all is not well in the Northeast yet, because the insurgency is still active and alive. Of course, encounters between Nigerian soldiers and ISWAP fighters now and again tells the story. Yes, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso has a lot of populist ideas, which at that town hall meeting, Bakola Abiola, the presidential candidate of the PRP, alluded to the fact that he must have gotten those ideas from the PRP. Of course, Kano used to be the base of the PRP, Aminu Kano's party. Now, let's just look at other newspapers quickly. Daily Independent newspaper, PDP chieftain see Yoshe Ayu's miscalculation, deepening crisis. National chairman boasts of Atiku winning in G5 states. Yes, other stories on this, on PDP. Yes, governorship race. Daily Trust newspaper reporting governorship race, uncertainty over fate of PDP APC candidates in 4 states. PDP has no candidate in Zamfara court. Yes, there was a court ruling yesterday that nullified the primaries of the People's Democratic Party in Zamfara State. Is this a repeat of history turned the other way around? Last time around, APC disqualified, of course, the final court ruling on the last day before the election, and of course, PDP then won all the seats from governorship to the House of Assembly seats. This time around, the court has ruled PDP have no candidate. Will they appeal? How far will they go with this? Left to be seen. Now, if we look at the Sun, the Daily Sun newspaper, Wike, Autumn, Ikpiazo, Makinde, Ugwai will work for Atiku. PDP is insisting they are not our enemies. Ayu, the party chairman, is saying, I'm still in charge of campaign committee. Udom. But the Nation newspaper is reporting something different. Wike, others take anti-Atiku battle to Bauchi governor. G5 governors to meet Bala Mohammed today. Atiku hosts governor in Abuja. Yes, there seems to be some discontent in Bauchi, but Atiku seems to have moved quickly to host the Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed. Is there any chance of him joining the Wike group? We'll see. Now, also on the front page of the Nation newspaper, new Naira notes, bank gets 52 billion Naira cash deposit in 2 weeks. Why bills redesign is desirable by Nasima. Now the New Telegraph newspaper, New Telegraph, yes, half salary. We are not casual workers, as you tell federal government. Says pro rata payment contravenes all known rules of engagement. Appeals for understanding of students, parents, others. Return to classroom. Unijobs VC pleads with lecturers. Well, this issue, Femi Falana has waded into this matter, but I don't think this is a legal matter. Because the government of the day, quoting the labor dispute law, no work, no pay. But if you want the president to use his discretion, like it has been cited, he uses discretion to pay doctors, to pay nurses, that is another matter altogether. But if you're on strike for 8 months, no employer will want to pay you for the 8 months you did not work. If ASU is trying to segment its work, that our work is not only teaching, we research. But I've never heard ASU use stop in research to hold the government to meet its agreement with the union. So, should the government apply that discretion and pay ASU? It's left to the government, but if I were in government, to pay ASU that 8 months, you have to extract a commitment of not going on strike for at least 4 years, to pay them 8 months that they did not teach. Now, we move on to other stories quickly. The Guardian newspaper, yes, the Guardian newspaper. Diesel, gas prices compound FX woes, inflation outlook. Yes, after weeks of relief, diesel prices appear to be on the rise again, partly in response to the volatility in the energy market over concerns about supply from Europe and unstable foreign exchange rates. If only we refined our own products, we'll not be talking about volatility in the international market and supplies from Europe. How not to run a country. We hope we'll get over this when the Dangote refinery comes on stream. Now, also in the economy, Business Day newspaper, bag of rice jumps 54% in 2 months. The price of 50 kg of locally parboiled rice in Nigeria soared by 53.6% in 2 months on the back of the floods that ravaged many parts of the country. We saw this coming, and we hope we have enough grains in the strategic reserve to push down these prices of commodities that are going up, especially rice. With the Yule child just around the corner, many families will have to struggle to buy rice at exorbitant price. But rice we must eat is a staple. It's a staple that is very common in Nigeria. Now, if we look at the foreign newspapers quickly, the Daily Telegraph newspaper, Williamson quits over bullying allegation. Minister's resignation piles pressure on Sunak to explain why he was appointed. Yes, and of course, the Guardian newspaper of UK also reporting that story. Unethical, immoral, Williamson quits over a bullied staff. Minister's resignation raises new questions over Sunak's judgment. I hope this is another banana peel for Rishi Sunak, with another minister's indiscretion being put on him, looking at his judgment. Ruben Rufai.
Sir Gavin.
Yes.
Sir Gavin, full names.
Gavin Williamson. Gavin Williamson, yes.
Yeah, so Sir Gavin is the first victim, it will appear, of the Rishi Sunak administration. And, there are security concerns also, that when he was Minister of Defense Secretary, that there were allegations that there were leakages from his office. And security experts had, in fact, questioned his appointment. When he was Chief Whip, his deputy also accused him of very odious behavior, coercive behavior. And then, of course, now that he was made a minister without portfolio.
Cabinet office minister.
Yeah, you know, he was accused also of bullying staff, and that has led to his exit. But I don't think this will do any damage to the Rishi Sunak administration. You know, drama, of course. After all, the other day, the issue was about Suella Braverman over the immigrant camp in Kent, and how some of them were dumped at the Victoria Station in
just
London,
on the streets,
raising questions about human rights and how Suella Braverman is holding on to that ministry. People also wanted her to leave. that will have amounted to leaving the cabinet, twice within a very short space. But okay, that's that about that. You talked about Kwankwaso saying that he's not desperate to be president. Indeed, nobody should be desperate to be president of Nigeria. Okay, everyone that is seeking to be president of Nigeria should not think it is their right. It's not a birthright. What you want to do is to provide service. The emphasis is on service, not on entitlement. I think that's important.
But is it a message to those who are saying that it's my life, it's been my life ambition?
No, his point was that, look, if there is a better man in the NNPP, he will gladly allow that better man to take over. But at the moment, he's the best for the job in his own party, in NNPP. Well, that may be
it's contentious.
That may be boastful, But even then, he cannot substitute candidate anymore.
Yeah.
The time for that has passed. So I guess he just meant that, in jest, that is the best that the NNPP can offer. Well, he's the leader.
But also don't forget how he couldn't work with Obi. There's no way he could have been running mate to Obi, and they were boasting that if there's anything else, Obi should be working under him. So this boast has been long in coming, if you will.
Now for me, so one thing is instructive, and that's why we should be careful, especially Sir Gavin Williamson. Rishi Sunak was told before now that this guy's got baggage, don't take him on. And he deliberately ignored. And that's why the Labour Party is calling Rishi Sunak weak. The question is, what did he do? Why did he need to bully? He simply sent a message to another lady that could have influenced him attending the Queen's funeral. So because he was not attending, that's why he sent a message threatening that lady. Well, that's the height.
Told her to slit her throat.
Yes. He said he would slit her throat because they didn't call him for an event, the Queen's funeral. And you can see that's the height of this high-handedness. That's the height of bullying. Just because you were not allowed to come, if they don't invite you, why don't you sit down in your house and watch the Queen's funeral from your home? But because you feel you were entitled, and now that they didn't call you there, so you sent her a message threatening her. That should be on record.
People must learn to control their temperament.
Because of an event that they didn't call you for. The Queen's funeral, because of the pride it will bring to you. So you show I'm VIP guest. Some of these things we blame our Nigerians for. It's not only Nigeria they do it too.
We're all humans after all.
We're all humans after all.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Ifeni.